All right. Welcome to my third installment of Elite Dangerous for Beginners. Today we're going to talk about outfitting and doing a road to riches. One of the first things that you can do to make money is road to riches. Now, last time we made more than 25 million. I think it was like 28 million. Let's see how much we have left. So we have 22 million after the purchase of this beautiful mock. And I'm already disconnecting. What's going on? Anyway, we still have 22 million after this beautiful Mach 5 Cobra. Beautiful Mach 5 Cobra. So what do we want to do today? We want to outfit the ship, and then we want to be able to do some exploration, right? And if we go back to, let me see, if we go back to Spansh, SPANSH.co.uk, we can actually do a road to riches as one of the things that we choose, and we put in our current location, okay, and then we will plot a course to do some road to riches. Now, this is not going to be the most profitable. The most profitable is trying to do Earth-like worlds, but we're in a location that the closest to Earth-like world is that's been uncharted is almost 300 light years away. So that would take forever for us to go there. So we just decided to do a road to riches, and we'll leave it at that. Okay. And hopefully on the way we can actually hit up Earth-like worlds. Even the ones that have been already scanned, you're still going to get money from that, right? So let's take a look at outfitting. So we bought this. This is a basic package. We bought the ship. And what do you want it to be? Well, right now, as a brand new player, I don't want to get into combat. So I'm not going to give reasons for a pirate NPC to attack me and gank me. So I'm going to do things in this loadout, in this outfitting, that involve nothing that's going to actually piss off any NPCs, right? So for hard points, I really don't care if I have pulse. I have pulse lasers, but I'm actually going to sell them. I don't want to have any weapons whatsoever. Do I need to fight? Not really. I don't need to fight. If I have enough boost in my thrusters, I can actually get away from any NPC that's going to gank me. Secondly, in the optional, if I put no cargo, or even if I have cargo, they're going to see an empty cargo space. So I don't want to put any kind of cargo in it. So let's start with that. And what do I want to put for utility mounts? I have 4. Right? I have 4. So I have 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom. Right? And what I want to do is maybe have defenses. I definitely want to have defenses. What does this do? The chaff launcher is a defense system to counteract signature tracking, causing gimbal and turret mounted weapons to lose tracking. So that could be one that I want to keep. Chaff launcher, right? So we're going to do that. Okay. And another one that I really like is the point defense turret, and that's against missiles and limpets and all that. So I'm going to actually get this one too. Okay. On the top, I'm going to get a for scanning wakes. I want to scan wakes because I really want to get the data that I need. So I can do any of these, right? But the higher I go, okay, the more money I'm going to have to pay. But I do got better range. The D has 2500, the B has 35, and so the highest one being the A. Not much difference between A, B, and C. So maybe I want to do a D, 2500 meters. So I want to scan. Maybe I want to scan, but you know what? I'm going to go all out and buy this one because I want to be able to scan wakes. So remember, I have 22 million, and my goal is to make enough money to buy a Type 8. That's around 40 million. We're going to look at the price in a second. And the second one is, the other one I'm going to do is a heat sink launcher. So I may get hot, but I'm going to do that. Now, I've already, if you look at the bottom, I've already went past my allotted amount of power used, right? But I haven't outfitted the core internals. Now, I'm going to put some really nice shields on this ship. I can always trade out for other ones, but the lighter the hull is going to be, the better, the faster it's going to go. So I'm gonna just leave this one alone, right? I'm going to leave this alone. I'm going to change out the power plant, and I'm going to make it a 4A. So I have the most power available, right? I have the most power available. So we're going to change that out. The thrusters, I'm also going to do 4A because I want the most thrusters. Now look at the bottom, the speed. It changes to normal 332 to boosting 469. So it's gonna outrun any NPC pirate. So we want to do that. The frame shift drive, we're gonna replace with an SEO. The highest end we can get is a 4A, so we can get some good distance, right? Life support, we want to keep it light, so we're gonna get a 3D, right? And the power distributor, we're going to get a 4A. Now, as it stands right now, I might go over once I put the shield on, but that's okay. That's okay. Let's see what happens. And sensor, we're going to change to a 3D. So we can make it a little bit lighter. So now, life support is 3D. Sensor is 3D. I have power plant 4A, thruster 4A, frame shift drive 4A. So right now, without any engineering, fully laden, I have 27.7 light year jump range, right? Okay. And back to the utilities, I have chafe launcher, point defense, frame shift, wake scanner A. We might change this out because at the current time we're using too much power, and a heatsink launcher, right? So let's go for the optional. What are we going to put in the optional? Okay. First and foremost, we want a really good shield, right? But here's the problem. We're already maxed out on our power. If we put a 5A shield, that's it. We can't do anything else. Okay? But here's what we want to do. We want to put a bi-weave shield. And what is that going to do? Well, it recharges faster. Okay, so I actually will be able to... it's just going to recharge faster. This will give us more resistance, but this one recharges faster. So right now, under current, we're at 5A. Okay, we're at 5E. It says that if we do a bi shield, our maximum strength is reduced, right? Because our shield is actually the same as a 4C. So we're only losing about 10% maximum strength if we do the bi shield 5C. Okay, but we're gonna do that. because what's going to happen is I can recharge faster, and that's a good thing. If it takes too long to recharge, that's a bad thing. Okay. Now I also need a fuel scoop. I need a fuel scoop, so I'm going to get rid of these cargo racks. I don't need a 3 and I don't need a 2. I need a fuel scoop. Okay. I got this. And I want an SRV compartment that I can actually store an SRV and land on the planet. So we're gonna get an actual 4 fuel scoop. Where's the fuel scoop? Fuel scoop, fuel scoop, fuel scoop. There you are. But the higher we go, like if I go 4A, I'm going to use a lot more power, right? But we're going to do that. And then we're going to put 2 class 4 cargo racks just for some maybe we do some cargo missions. We're not going to have much cargo because we don't want to get too heavy. No, not this. Cargo racks. Okay. So we got about 32 tons of cargo, 1 fuel scoop, and we got a bi-weave shield generator. And we need, first we're going to need something we had before, and that is the detailed surface scanner. So it's going to take us 9 minutes to get it here. Let's do that. Well, actually we can sell it. We're going to get the 250 for it. And now we're going to buy it back from this station. Let me see. Can we buy it back from the station? Don't tell me I sold it. Now I can't get it back. What did I do? That was retarded. Okay, so they don't have a that was not cool. Okay. That was not cool. So we're going to have to find... we need a detailed surface scanner, and I sold it. Optional internal stored. Where is it stored? Shield generator. We're actually going to delete this one. Cell module. Okay. We can't get it back. That was retarded. So we're going to have to go to a station and try to find a detailed surface scanner again. That was not good. Okay. So don't do what I just did. You need a detailed surface scan to actually do scanning of planets, right? I didn't put any weapons. If I did, this would actually be very, very overly powered. So we would have to eliminate something. But right now this is more or less an exploratory ship. So I want to get... What I want to do is get frame shift wakes. So I want to scan those. I want to scan planets. I need a DSS. I'm going to go get the DSS. And I'm going to scan systems, right? So that's all that I'm going to use this ship for. I'm not using it for combat. I'm not using it for anything else. And this is the way it looks. Okay. I'm not even going to paint it. Why? Because I don't want to spend arcs. I don't want to spend arcs. Okay. So what our goal is to come up with about... Let's see. We're looking for this ship, 40 million. Right? 40 million. We're looking for a Type A transporter. So we can do some mining with it. We're actually going to do mining with this Type A transporter. We're going to outfit it to mine. So why don't we want anything else? Because it would be a better mining ship. It's a lot more cargo, so it's going to hold a lot more ore when we go mining. Okay? It's a lot faster also. Alright. So we need to fix our fire groups. Right, so let's see where we at. The shaft launcher, we're gonna leave as is right now. Wake scanner, shaft launcher. We're gonna do a 2. And wake scan. And we want to do wake scan. We'll do 1 on this one. Alright. Okay. So let's go to a nearby station and get us what I actually deleted. It's only gonna take me 8 minutes to do that, but I was retarded and I actually deleted the DSS. So let's go to a local base or city and kind of see if they have a DSS, so we can get a DSS put onto this. Notice the speed that I'm boosting at is 465. So I'm actually going to be able to boost away from any pirate that shoots at me. And the shield I have is good enough to get away from them, right? And as soon as they target me, I put the shaft, right? The point defense takes care of itself. So I'll put the chaff launcher, and my shield should protect me against any problems, right? Now I still kept everything so I can do the super cruise assist, right? But what's different about this? I can actually boost. I can overcharge, so I can go faster. The trick to doing a super cruise overcharge is to stop around 5 to 7 seconds. When that little clock says 5 to 7, that's where I want to stop. So I'm actually doing a detailed upgrade to this, and I'm gonna go back to Spanish, and I'm going to do maybe I can do not a road to riches, maybe I can do Earth-like worlds. Let's see how close is the closest one. But this system, if I look at it, has some worlds, and not really. It's high metal content, so these have been mapped. And there's one out here that is a high metal content. So the next system we go to, we might just check it out and see what we might check out to see if they have any Earth-like worlds. So wherever we go on the way, we're going to try to scan, one for planets like high metal content, Earth-like world, or water worlds. 2, we're going to scan to see if they have any biologicals on the planet. And we want to land. We got 25 million with 6 biologicals. If we do more than 6, we just need 40 to buy the Type A. So that's the next target. We want to get a Type A because we want to do some mining. That's the second most profitable thing you can do in a game. And again, it doesn't cost you anything except the ship. You make all your money back. And with this, with the actual mining ship, we can join the CG and make millions. Okay, so the CG is going to be about 1 week. And so we can make 100, 200, 300 million, whatever it takes. And that could be something we want, because we want money to buy the next bigger ship, right? Like maybe a Corsair, so we can do some combat. So each ship can have its own unique purpose. They're all multi-role ships. This is a multi-role ship. I actually don't use it for anything except maybe ground missions, settlement missions. I use this ship specifically to land on a planet because it's a small ship, so it can land anywhere. Medium, the higher you go in size, the harder it's going to be for you to land. So we've done so far everything, but stupidly that I deleted the DSS, and for some reason wouldn't let me buy the one that the station had. I don't know why. Must be a bug. But anyway, we're going to try Crown Terminal here. See if they have anything in their shipyard that we can actually put on the ship. So we have Chaff Launcher, which will help us in defense. We have Point Defense, which will help us with limpet control, hatch breaker limpets. They'll try to invade our cargo if we have anything in cargo. And missiles. So we'll be able to fight off missiles. So we have some defenses. We have no offensive weapons because we're a brand new pilot. And we're going to be like a wet noodle. We're not going to be able to fight. So instead of getting blown up and having to pay, because you do have to pay to buy back your ship. Like for instance, this ship costs, and if you notice down here, it says rebuy cost $228,000. So we have to have that money to buy back our ship. Okay, so let's see if this place has the DSS that I stupidly deleted. Don't do what I did. So I encourage you as a new player to not use ARCs in the ARC store. If the game costs $2.50, let it be the only money you spend in this game for a while. Get better, and then build ARCs, because they will give you points, right? They will give you points for buying. Let's see, do I have it? Yeah, I do. So we're going to actually get it. We're going to buy this. And we needed to get also a planetary vehicle hangar. So there's two you can get. One is lighter than the other, but it's costs you more power. And since we don't have that much power, we'll get the heavier one. Okay, and then we're gonna buy a vehicle. What we're gonna buy? The Scarab. We want to buy a Scarab. So that's it. We're done with our outfitting. So the last things I bought was planetary vehicle hangar and a Scarab, and a detailed surface scanner that I need to scan things with. I need to scan systems and planets, right? So let's do our fire group. So we have a chaff and wake scanner as first. We have a DSS and surface scanner second. We have no weapons. That's okay. Eventually we'll put weapons on the ship, but right now we don't need them. And usually I put missiles because I want to blow up people on the ground from the sky when I go and raid a settlement. So I usually use that to blow people up. But right now I have no weapons on this because I don't need them. The ship can now run everything. So let's go back to our road to riches, right? I don't know if you can see that, but here's our road to riches, and we're at Frey. So our range on this ship right now currently is fully loaded, 2650. We didn't put anything in the cargo, so we're just gonna change this to 26. All right, we had a radius of 200, but you know what? I want to change this to Earth-like worlds. Frey 26, radius about, let's say 200, and maximum systems 100. Let's do distance from arrival larger, and let's see what it comes up with. Not much. It's only one system, and this is 5 jumps away, and that will give us HIP 114458. But since it's actually maybe we'll make this a starting system, and let's see if this changes. Yeah, it's still the same thing. So let's change the radius to 300. That's going to take us a while to get there, but we have a good fuel scoop. right? Yeah, and now we have more systems that we can actually do that are Earth-like worlds. Now, Earth-like worlds going to get you the most money, right? But on the way to this HIP 114458, we will actually scan every system. Okay, we're gonna scan every system and see if there's anything there, because we want to land on planets and gather biological data, right? Not only scan the planets for and I'm not going to do high metal content worlds. I'll just do water worlds, ammonia worlds, and Earth-like worlds. That's what I'm going to scan. So let's do that now. So my destination, the first place I'm going to go is HIP 114458. HIP 114458. Okay, it's a little bit 112 light years away. It's a few jumps, maybe 5 jumps. Let's go there, and let's. On the way there, we're gonna scan, and we're gonna do some. We're gonna do some exploration, right? So we outfitted our ship. Now we're gonna scan and do exploration. Now, what's our target? To get 40 million, so we can build a mining ship, right? And we're going to do that at the stronghold, because why? Well, we are now aligned with Grom, right? So Grom will let us do outfitting at strongholds, and we'll be able to outfit our T8 there and make it a nice mining ship. Okay. Now, why do I want to do mining? Because right now there's a community goal. All right, it's offering a lot for even if a small tier that we bring in. So we want to actually try to do that, so we can make a couple of 100 million, and we can be on the road to getting our next great ship, right? So we're learning to play the game. What's the goal of the game? To make as much money as you can, have fun, right? So we want to do the detailed surface scan. And this system has a lot of planets. Look at this, 25 bodies. So I said I want to scan them on the way to that first place. So let's take a look. So there's some things here, right? Earth-like worlds, water worlds, and ammonia worlds are going to be in this area. Here is ice worlds. Here will be high metal content worlds, and over here gas giants. So let's scan a little bit. Everything helps, right? Every little bit helps. Okay, we actually didn't even turn in our data for the scans we did before. So all that we're going to do next time. I mean, when we land next time. We're going to turn in our data and try to get us some. Now, what are we looking for? Remember what I said? We're looking for. And this is a brand new. This is a nice one. Alright, so we're looking for planets to give us biologicals, right? And I actually don't know if the other two that I scanned had biologicals. I wasn't looking. Geologicals. Do I want to go down on a planet and scan geologicals? Is not going to give you anything. They're just going to give you they're going to give you building materials, and raw building materials that you need for your ship. Okay. Another way is if the system has actually been scanned already, most of the system, right? If it's been scanned already, then what you need to do is just go through the map and kind of click planet by planet, and I'll show you again if this is the case in the next system. Go planet by planet and scan. Here we go. Scan the planets to see if you have any biologicals. We want biological because why? We want to make money off the biologicals. There's geological. Okay. But everything counts. Right? Everything counts. And we're learning right now to scan. That's important. We're learning to scan. Okay. But so far we have no biologicals, or unless the first few I did had biological. But we're done already. We scanned everything, so we're gonna keep moving, right? Remember, we have a fuel scoop, so if we have a scoopable star, we can actually pick up some fuel. So the next one says fuel star, so we're gonna actually fuel and load up, right? And we have a pretty good fuel scoop, a 4A fuel scoop, so it should fill us up pretty fast. Alright, so now this system we're going to do again. We're going to scan, but look how now I get close. Now here's the trick. You see this yellow line? Try not to cross right of the yellow line or left of the yellow line. You don't want to go inwards, because what's going to happen is you just want to skim the yellow line, because if you go too far in, you're going to your ship is gonna stop and you're gonna be caught by the sun. Alright, so let's keep going. So our goal is to get 40 million and try to outfit the forget about the other 20 something million we got, because we might use that for outfitting, right? So we need an extra 40 million to get the Type 8. And is that going to be easy? Yeah. We just need a very good system with a few planets and a few biologicals, and we will be golden. So let's scan this system. This one has 35 planets. The likelihood of this having biologicals is very high. So the more planets, the better. So let's find those little orbital lines. Where are those orbital lines? There we go. We want to get out of the... We want to get the sun out of the way of the planets. Okay, so now let's scan. Let's see if we find anything. Alright. Scan for gas giants first. This one has some asteroid belts. We don't make any money for asteroids, right? This is kind of ice giant. That's nice. And let's see, what do we got here? Class 3 gas giant, very nice. So let's see if it has any planets, and it does. Rocky body, geological, right? Rocky bodies are perfect for refineries. So if you're doing if you're actually doing sorry, I'm brain farting. If you're doing colonization, rocky bodies equal to refineries, right? If they have geologicals on there, you want to build extraction sites, or high metal content worlds or extraction sites. No biological yet, right? We want to keep going, and we're close here. Another gas giant. When you get good at doing this and scanning planets, you want to scan everything, including the rings. Sometimes you will pick up some nice hotspots that you could mine. But I have a place for us to go to after we build our Type 8, okay? So we can farm a ring in the Omicron Capricorn I system. It's actually a very good place to teach. So far, no biologicals, just geological, right? Geological. Good place for extractions. Geological. No biological. So wherever you go, you're gonna scan to see if you pick up some biologicals, right? Why do you want to do that? Well, you want to turn those in for cash, so you can buy your ship. And this might look a little bit tedious, but you know, after a while of you're watching this, it's actually better when you play. You feel better about it. Okay? Geological. Still geological. So this is good. If this was available to colonize, this would be a good system to colonize. Let's see. Now we're looking for another gas giant. This is it right here. And we're looking for the companion satellite systems. So far, nothing, right? No biologicals. That makes me very sad. But sometimes you hit up a system and they got like... And there it is. Look at that. We have six biological on Neiman 3C. 6 biologicals. Wow. That's nice. That's rare when you have that many on the planet, but that's okay. We're going to actually go and scan this. We haven't even done one Earth-like world yet, right? Rocky body. So that one had 6. That was very nice. Now I'm not sad anymore. And the last one... 4 biological. So 3F has 4 biological. That's 10 biologicals, right? So this is a great system. If we have 2 like this, holy moly, we're gonna get our ship within. We're gonna get our ship very, very soon, right? So we gotta go to Neiman 3C and 3F. 3C and 3F. That's pretty close. $6.99. We're gonna actually put on automatic. I'm gonna boost. Let's try boosting again and stop. All right, and then put the brakes on. Put the X button on, because you're gonna overshoot. So now you can actually, once it's slowed down enough, you can put the Super Cruise Assist on. Very nice. So we got, this one has 6. Very nice. So there's a reason for me wanting to buy the DSS, because if you do this with every system that you go to, you know, you're going to pick up 10, 20, 30 biological. If you have a list of about 50, you're in the 250 to 300 million range. Okay? why do you want so much money? Well, buy more ships so you can do more things. So after the Type 8, we're going to buy either the Corsair or the Python Mach 2 to do a little bit of combat, right? We're going to do that. Okay, so we're going to slow down. Take it out of Super Cruise. Just get close enough so I can scan the planet. And then we're going to do some surface scanning. Has 4 probes. Ah, I missed that one. Alright, no big deal. No big deal. It doesn't matter. What we want to do is get on the planet and scan, right? We're still going to get 100%, I think. And there it goes. We got 100%. So we got, and I usually like to write them down. Where is it? Where's our planet? Where'd it go? Here we go. The first one, it says Aleoda. Alright, that's a nice one. The next one is bacterium. Of course, every planet has bacterium. Next one's in Conca. So there's only very small areas. Okay, very small areas. Fungoida is also very small areas. They're going to be in... the Fungoida is going to be in like Mounty Rock in this areas. Osseous and Tussock. That's also in weird places. Alright, so let's land, and this is for all. Let's land and start scanning. And as we check off, I like to check them off, whatever I got. Then I'll go back into orbit and get the ones that are hard to get. Okay. So remember about the red. Try not to be in the red when you're coming down. Alright. Too fast for Super Cruise. Oh my goodness. How fast are we going? That's okay. Alright. So we got some pretty good speed. Remember, we have no weapons. No need to put our pips on the right there into weapons. So I usually put it into system and engines so I can run away if I'm being attacked. The object of a brand new player is to run away as quickly as possible, because we don't want to be killed by pirates, right? We want to survive. We're not playing combat here. Now, when I get the combat ship, either the Mach 2, Python Mach 2, or the Corsair, which would probably be the Corsair, I'll fit it to be a combat ship. Okay? So this way, we're going to do some combat with that. We're going to hit those resource extraction sites and get some resources off the pirate ships that we blow up. And we're not going to do a high-end resource extraction site. We're going to do a lower end because we want to prove a point. And remember, I like to kind of surf the planet. So I get in my ship, get out of my ship when I got scan done. Okay, lower landing gear. This is a relatively very low gravity planet. Okay, so I see nothing yet. Look at that. So we got our first plant. Very nice. That looks like Tussock, but I don't know what it is until we land. Let's land. Or it's Aleoda. That might be Aleoda. Yeah, it is. Alright. Remember, we have an SRV, so we can also use the SRV to scan planets, but I'm kind of lazy, so I'm going to use my ship. Okay, look at that. Beautiful. So this is our first planet we're going to scan here on this planet. And feel free to take pictures, because there are some pretty nice looking plants, right? I mean, this is crazy. It's wild. It's got like striping. It's got flowers on top. Right? Very nice. Okay. So that's our first one. Turquoise organic. Right? And like I said, I'm actually going to do a triangular pattern. Right? And fly to a next spot where I'm going to scan plants. Usually they're close together, so I should be able to find as soon as I come out of the black. I don't know, sometimes it gets stuck. Oh no. We might disconnect, or it just might give us a hassle. Okay, so we want to scan the plants, so I did an Aliota. So the next one, we're going to try to scan this whole planet. And then we're going to scan the next one, so that'll be 10 organics I'm actually going to pick up from both of these planets. So it's kind of stuck. So I don't know why I'm stuck. And there's nothing I can do about it. Stuck in the loading screen. If this happens, you can restart. More or less, you're getting disconnected from their servers, so that's why you're stuck. I'm in China, so I'm probably not having a good day with their servers. So let's exit. We're gonna exit. Go to main menu. Okay, and we're gonna load again. I'm not happy about that, but that's what happens, right? So it says we did combat, but we did no combat, so I don't know where they came up with combat. So we're going to load again and try to load into the game. It says we're on the ship, we're not on the foot, but we didn't load onto the ship. I really love the Cobra. This should be your actual first ship, right? So we want to go to our next spot. For exploration, you can use anything. I'm actually going to do In Search of Drakkster, and so I'm going to use the ship that I originally bought 7 years ago. I had no money. I had like 10,000 credits, and I actually bought a ship with that money, and I outfitted the ship. And then I did Road to Riches, so I can get money. And that's when I bumped into this world called Drakkster, this place called Drakkster. I'm probably the only one in game that could actually say that I bumped into Drakkster. And I say I bumped into Drakkster because I actually did. It's not okay. So the first one I scanned is over there somewhere, right? You see it, it's 1 kilometer away. If you look at the top part, at the top of your screen, says it's 1 kilometer away. So this is the second one. Very nice. Second sample. And these you can turn into any station, any large station. The small ones will not have a Vista Genomics in it. Some fleet carriers will, but most fleet carriers will take a cut, a commission for the materials you turned in, right? So when I land here, you want it to be blue, but there's no blue. There we go. There was a blue there. So let's land here. I don't know, I can't teach you about the camera, so that's on you. So if you want to take pictures, if you want to take pictures of your scans, what you've scanned already, feel free. Like have a little bit of a photo album, right? Like, here's my guy, right? And kind of like to the side. Like I said, I don't take very good pictures, and that looks pretty bad, right? So I'm like this way. Okay. So if you want to take pictures, do that. Why not? That's a good thing. I'm not going to take any pictures because I'm very bad at pictures. So now we've got one, right? We've got one done. Yes. So that's one plant. Okay, so we're going to keep on going because this valley looked pretty good, but it only has one plant. So let's go over the hill there. Looks like this valley is rich in the aliotas, but we're looking for other things, right? And we're looking for bacterium, we're looking for osseous, tussock. But sometimes we have to fly out of orbit and come back down to find the other things. So in this case we might do that because this is the most abundant plant on the planet. We might not find anything in this area that is scannable. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go into orbit and go and look for other things like bacterium, the concha, fungoid, osseous, and tussock. This is the most abundant plant on this planet, so it's everywhere. But that doesn't necessarily mean we're going to find the other stuff. We're going to super cruise out of here a little bit and then come back. Remember, you need your DSS scanner in order to see scanned planets, scanned rings, and scanned planets. The reason it's blue because we have the DSS. If you didn't have your DSS on there, you can't see what's on the planet. You can't see the scanned things, right? So we're going to get close enough. Alright, we're going to get close enough, and then we're going to take it. We're going to take it to the next one. There's bacterium, concha, fungoid, osseous, tussock. So bacterium and osseous are in the same place. So let's go and find these two, and then we'll find the other stuff. Okay. Try not to go down so fast. This is a pretty fast ship. Very nimble, very fast. I didn't even outfit it. I'm getting over 400. 400. And I've already went down too fast. Again. Alright. That's okay. We can boost. It's very nimble, very fast. And then when you outfit it, even better, when you get engineering done, it'll even be faster. You might even get over 600 boosting. So again, would you need to fight pirates with 600 boosts? Unless you're very well armed. You know, have very good shields, protection, you know, so defenses. Then I would say I wouldn't actually fight. I wouldn't fight pirates. Not with this ship. This is mainly for missions, right? Planetary missions, other missions. We'll go into ranking one of these days. We'll do ranks, federal rank and imperial rank, because there's other ships we can pick up, right? Federal ships and imperial ships that you can only do if you do ranking. So we'll do ranking one of these days, but every mission you do will give you ranking, and you'll be able to get those ships eventually. They'll unlock. And there's some that are fantastic, like the Imperial Cutter, right? The Federal Corvette. These are must-haves in the game. The Cutter is a very versatile ship. So you can use it for a lot of things, which includes passenger missions, mining missions, cargo missions. And when the Panther Clipper opens up for credits, then hopefully by then we have enough money to outfit one. You're going to need about 500 million credits to outfit one. Okay, so I came down too fast again. I forgot how nimble this thing is and how fast it is. But I came down again. I came down too fast. So we're looking for osseous, which are like fungus looking things, and bacterium. Let's slow down a little bit, put on landing gear, and we should start picking up fungi. And what we're picking up is not fungi, but is it still? Yeah. These are aliotas, but over there is a bacterium. So let's get the bacterium. The aliota is all over the planet. So what we want to do is get to another area, but they're going to be that plant is going to be everywhere. The one we saw. There we go. The one that looks like an aloe vera tree. So this one's also a new discovery. All right. So we're looking for another bacterium. And again, I use the ship. You can use FSRV. You can walk around. But for lack of time, I'm actually going to use the ship. And this might be too close. This won't be. Right here should be good enough. Very nice. Okay. That's behind us, I think. Or is it underneath? It's underneath. Beautiful ship. Even with the basic paint job and no kind of ship kits or anything, she's still gorgeous. I still love the ship. So like I said to you, we're going to try to do this without you buying any arcs. You pay $2.50 for the account for the deluxe version. This is all I want you to pay into this game. Okay? You can get better. You will get better. In time, you'll get better. And every week you play this game, you're going to get arcs. So after maybe a couple of months, you got 2,000 arcs. Then you can start buying stuff. Okay? Okay, now I'm going to buy a ship. The next one. Whatever comes out for Christmas. Alright? The other ones that they put out, like the T11, will be available for credits. So if you keep doing quests, you're going to have tons of credits to be able to buy the T11, the Panther Clipper, and whatever other ships that are available in the store, right? In the shipyard. And contrary to what Frontier wants you to do, I don't want you to spend money on ARCs. I really don't. You know, I know what you're thinking. Hey, aren't you the guy who spent $100 per account to get the Panther Clipper? Yeah, but I've been playing 10,000 hours, and I had loads of ARCs in there, so I didn't need to spend that much. I just wanted to buy it all at once, get the bonuses on the ARCs, so I can do colonization, name changes, okay, and then buy the Panther Clipper. But I've been playing a very long time. But if you start this game and start spending money right away, that's all you'll do. And then you'll get disheartened. It says, man, I spent a lot of money on Elite Dangerous and the game only cost $250. Okay? So don't spend any money on it. Don't buy any ARCs. Sorry, Frontier. I'm killing your business. But you can make money by doing name changes of planets and of star systems. You'll make another $700 off of me by doing that. So right now we're looking for Osseous, and Osseous is usually on these little cliffs. But being that this is rich in Leota, we might not find any Osseous around here, except bacterium, right? So we're looking for Osseous, and it looks like a big mushroom, but right now I don't see any. Oh, there it is. There's one. Okay, very nice. Very nice. So let's land. We also want to pick up the Mandalay, because we have to do a 5,000 light year quest, or we have to go out into the black 5,000 light years for one of the engineers. So it would be good to outfit the Mandalay. Where is this thing? I saw it somewhere on the hill here. There it is. This one is called an Osseous, and it basically looks like a fungus tree. Right, they're different types. I've never seen this one though. That's pretty cool. Very nice. Again, you can take pictures. I really don't want to take any pictures of plants because I'm making a documentary on what to do in this game. So Osseous Fractus, that's good. This is the third one. Look at that. Isn't she beautiful? Man, I love the way she looks. Even without a paint job, it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous ship. Okay. We're also going to do a little bit of power play because we want to get power play points, merits. We want to get merits, and these merits are going to give us okay, rule of thumb for Osseous, you're going to have to go pretty far away, at least a kilometer, to scan again. So we can go like down range of these cliffs here. We're going to see if we can find another one. Okay, so going back to the merits, we're going to do merits because we want to get the care packages, and those care packages are going to give us ingredients, right? And so we don't want to farm, but I put a list together of all the guys you should watch to learn more about the game. It's going to be in your description. My suggestion, Mile 13 Gaming. The guy does some really great tutorials, and he will actually, if you want to learn how to get materials and all that, because now you're trying to do engineering, which we will do in one of our videos, he can help you with that. And he actually, you always learn something new. I've been playing 7 years, 10,000 hours, and he said, get out of the SRV, shoot these little crystal things, and then get back and collect them, which will, it just enhances the gameplay. I just found a different way of playing that, so that's pretty cool. So I can get out of the SRV, shoot things, and then collect the things off the ground with my SRV, which is cool. That's a very, very nice way of doing that. Now this one does not go up. This one won't go up, right? Oh no, it does. Okay, I'm back. That's nice. I thought it doesn't go up. But third one, right? We're going to find the third one. We need 3 of them. So we got bacterium, osmium, and aleota so far. So for 3 for, we're 3 for 3. So let's look for more osseous. I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm probably mutilating the name. Right, so I kind of like to do a zigzag pattern, but they're gonna be on the hilly thing, like this hill. That's where we're gonna find the osseous. Right, I didn't do my triangle pattern. Usually when you do a triangle, you'll find it again. Okay. I should have done my triangle pattern. And because there's so much aleota, you're not going to actually, I think I just passed one. You're not going to actually see it. No, that's aleota. I don't even know if I'm saying that right, but you know what I mean. These plants, right? Let's go down to this ridge. I have the landing gear down, so even if I hit something, the landing gear will take the brunt of the damage, so my ship won't be damaged. Okay, I don't see anything either. I didn't do my triangle pattern. I'm right back to where I was before. How do I know that? I know. The osseous, they're pretty hard to find. They're very rare. And because we have so much aleota, they're hard to see. Oh, I think we've been here already. There's one, but let's see if we've been here. We're on the other side of the crater, so it should be okay. Yeah, I think we've been here already. Okay, let's see. Well, the way we know that, we pull out our gun and we scan it, and yeah, we've been here already. So we kind of did a circle. So this was our first one we scanned. Right, the other one's 2.4 kilometers away. So we're gonna go in that direction. Triangular pattern. We're gonna go that way towards the moon, and then see if we find something on the next ridge. Like I said, these are very rare, so they're hard to find. And sometimes I just don't even do them because it's a pain in the ass to find. But when I do, I'm so happy. You know, when I get more than 1 or 2 in group. So I'm so happy about that. They're very hard to find. And because we have so much aleota, we're not gonna actually find the osseous unless we travel a little bit, right? Imagine you actually doing this for a living, right? You had your own little Cobra Mark 5. You know, you maybe have a cat or a dog on ship, so you don't feel utterly lonely, right? And the crew and the cabins inside, they're very small, right? You're not going to have a lot of space. Maybe a couple of bunks and a little kitchenette, a toilet. Right, beyond the door of the crew lounge, where you have a table and maybe a personal computer. You got the SRV hangar, and you maybe have you can't have a fighter because this is a small thing. You're not going to have a fighter hangar. But SRV hangar and your cargo, right? So you're doing exploration throughout the galaxy, and every once in a while you stop at a port, you go rent a hotel, you go take a shower, you go to a local bar, you meet a girl, you have some fun, and then you go back out again. That would be a good retirement for me. I would want that so much. Alright, so Osseous is becoming elusive here. For God's sakes. It always happens. I can't find the third one. Sometimes I fly up and come back down and I'll find it. But she's just hard to find now. But that would be the life. Just go out and explore. Go do some missions. Career jobs. You're retired, but you're not retired. Right? You're still keeping busy. You're doing some work. And sometimes you head home to your home planet to see your family. Maybe at Christmas time or Thanksgiving. Right? Man, this is becoming hard. Where are they? You know, you might be saying, oh, there it goes. You might be saying, oh, you're going too fast. You're not going to be able to find it. No, remember, I've been doing this for a while, so I got a good eye for it. There it is. Alright, so we're going to land. Come on. Yeah, but that would be a good life, right? And your dog would have like a seat next to you, right next to you. He'd be sleeping all the time while you're cruising asteroid fields and planets. You know, maybe he'd even have his own suit that you can take him on a planet. I think that would be cool. We haven't named our ship, but we're gonna eventually name it. Okay, so remember, you can get 400 arcs every week. 400 arcs every week, and in a few weeks you'll be able to get some customizable nameplate or whatever. You'll be able to pick up something. You'll be able to buy something. Now, I'm telling you not to buy arcs, right? Because it might soften your gameplay. You're not going to learn to do things if you already have a pre-made ship, right? And there are plenty of pre-made ships for you to play with. Now I want to go back up and come back down because the other three, the tussock, the concha, and the fungoid, are in valleys that are mountainous. So we want to go back up a little bit and come back down. So notice it's blue, so I'm going to go this way and go this concha, fungoid, osseous. So concha, if I do concha, fungoid, it will be in the same location. So here's one right there, actually. Look at that. And I'm probably going to find, let's see. Jumping out of orbit. I want to go into that valley. I finally did it where I'm gliding. That's good. So we're going to scan this planet. And we're going to cut the feed here. And we'll have a part 2 to this video. In the next video, we'll finish off what we did here. And we'll do Earth-like worlds. Right? Okay, so we're the concha, the fungoid, and the osseous will be in these plateaus or in the little valleys there. The concha usually is in the little valleys. So actually, it looks like there's something down there. Yeah, there is. There's like, you see those little dashes, whatever they are? There's something down there. And there's something over here. That's fungoid. Look at the orangey. Very nice. So let's land and scan them. Okay. We do need to lower our landing gear. That's important. Come on. Okay. I wanted to play without arcs and also without external apps while I cave with the... You're not going to be able to play without external sites. Like I'm using Spansh, SPANSH.co.uk. It's a fantastic website to gather information as to where to go. Unfortunately, the actual game does not have the support that other games have, right? So that's why Inara.cz and Spansh.co.uk are so valuable. And there's other ones too. They're super valuable to have because you want to have places to go. But this system, I didn't have the intent to actually scan anything. And I just found it. So if you don't use these websites, you can just go off into the black and just do random scans. And that's okay too. No one's going to say you can't do that. Keep track of maps and blueprints and all other stuff is actual nightmare. Well, the maps, you can track in your inventory. Your maps will be in your inventory. And your engineers is blueprints. So you'll have every time you do an upgrade to a module, if the blueprint is pinned, you'll be able to do that blueprint anywhere. But for instance, let me see, Commander. Yeah, when I get back to the ship, I'll show you what I'm talking about. But the engineers, the maths is not that important to keep track of because you have ways of doing that. You can do that within the game. You can do that within the game, and if you press the number 4, okay, so there's something here that's purplish. Okay, so in the valley you got concha. Yeah, we have concha in the valley. Yeah, those are concha. So I need to finish scanning. Let's see what else. I'm using Material Helper app. And yeah, the Material Helper is fantastic. Yeah, you're right. So there are people who love this game as much as I do, and they build these little things. Oh, look at that. We have this too. Tussock. So we have all three in this area. That's great. So there are people who actually love this game as much as I do, and they decide to make these apps and websites and all sorts of things. So my opinion is, if they're willing to do that, then you should be willing to actually... Uh-oh, not a good thing. Let's jump. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay. If they're willing to do that, then you should be willing to use it. And it's not a big deal. The arcs, though, is a big deal. If you're buying arcs from the get-go, I'm not saying that the game will be bad. I think your game will be great, but it's a different game when you buy arcs. Okay? And I really don't want to help Frontier make money off of new players. So I'm always against that. And I'll be against that till the day I die. Okay? There are plenty of things they can make money from, and seasoned players have told them a million things they can do to make money. I've told them a million things they can do to make money. I mean, I'm willing to pay... for a standard ship, it's 16,000. I'm willing to pay 16,000 just to rename one system, and I got over 30. Okay, so if you are not willing to do that, then and you just want new players to feed off of, I'm gonna be against you. I'm gonna be against you every single day. Okay, because it's a game. So why not let us change the names of systems and planets, right? We do that to stations. Yeah, the Odyssey Material Helper is fantastic, actually. I love it. It's actually great. Okay, so this one, I'm going to scan this, and then I'm going to scan Fungoid. And I saw some tussock on the plateau there, but I don't know if I can get out of here. So let's see. Did I trap myself in? Will the ship be able... No, the ship won't come down here. They'll land on top. Okay. Still I track with not spending arcs, although I can just buy all the SEO ships that used to be premium and feel a little cheaty. No, that's not cheaty. If you look, when the Type A came out, right, it was selling on early access for arcs, right? Now it's in the shipyard, and you can buy for 38 million? Okay, so this planet might make us 38 billion because we have all brand new things here. These are all brand new, right? We work for it. We work for that 38 million. It's not really cheaty if we actually work for that, right? And those ships are really, really cool. Right, because they allow us to use the SEO drive, and we don't not flying like if you put the SEO drive on a non-SEO ship like a cutter or anything else, you're gonna be flying all over the place. It's just gonna be shaky and uncontrollable. Okay, so my opinion is, if you can, buy the ships, but don't buy them for arcs. Sorry, Frontier. You can make money other places. You don't need to fleece the brand new players. So all you get from brand new players is $2.50. Good for you. You're rich now. Okay. So there is the actual tussock. The ones I already finished are going to be blue. The ones I still need to do are going to be red or violet if I haven't scanned anything else. And then we have this. I might trap myself in here. I don't think I can get out of here. Let's see. Tussock. Yeah, you can make money. Well, you can make money everywhere. Right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't have bat. Oh no, I forgot. I don't have any. Uh-oh. Not good. I'm gonna die. Please don't tell me I'm gonna die. 11%. Okay, I can go up a hill. That's a good thing. I forgot that I don't have any battery chargers. I didn't buy any. And you can buy them at the outfitting place. Now I got 10%. Oh, don't go backwards. Don't go backwards. Oh, Jesus. I'm going backwards. This is not good. Can I call... Let's recall the ship. See if I can recall the ship. Dismiss ship. I don't think the ship's going to come down here. I'm going to die. Oh. I forgot I have no batteries. Oh, Jesus. Can this ship come down here? Let's see. Please come down here. Oh, no. I doubt it. I forgot I didn't get any batteries. This is hair-raising. Oh, it was right, man. Log off and reload in Horizons. Let's see if my ship's going to come down here. No, it's not going to come down. Log off. I didn't load Horizons. Alright. Not good. Not good. Not good. Which way? 7%. Yeah, it's still on top. Let's see if I can just walk up the hill. Looks like I can walk up the hill. Come on, go up the hill, go up the hill. 6%. Okay. 5%. Okay, don't boost. Oh, let's scan this tussock anyway. Hello, tussock. 4%. Oh, no. No, I'm falling down. No, don't go down. Oh, no. Emergency air supply. No. Come on. Jesus, I'm gonna die. Well, that's something not to do. Air level's low. I'm gonna end up dying. Why did I come down into this valley? And I forgot that I don't have any damn batteries to boost. She just won't go. No, I can't get up the hill. I'm gonna die. And I think you lose your data that you scanned. I'm not sure. Probably are if I die. Yeah. Come on. Well, that's something not to do. Make sure that you buy battery packs So I look kind of stupid. Now I'm gonna die. Air supply depleted. And I'm gonna die. Yep. Oh, I'm losing consciousness. I'm losing consciousness. Oh no. Oh no, I can't breathe. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, I can't breathe. Help me. Help me, universe. Be with me, help me. Where am I going? This has never happened to me, so let's see what happens. Am I dying? Yeah, I'm choking. Can you hear that? Can you hear that? I'm choking. Oh no. Quit out quickly. Quit out to what? Quit out to what? See? 14 seconds, 13 seconds. It's okay. I'm dying. I can always scan this planet again. I'm gonna die and be in orbit with my ship. Yep. I've died. And this is a lesson of what not to do. When you go out, you need a few things, and one of which is to charge your battery. You've lost consciousness. Of course I have. And I think I've lost all my data too. Okay. But I will find myself on a ship. Right? Redeploy. I will be on my ship. Okay. But I will probably end up losing all the data. So scanning this, I have to scan it again to Alt F4. Saki, Alt F4. That's good. I didn't load Horizons. I would have done that, but I didn't I just loaded Elite Dangerous and Odyssey. I didn't load install, Horizons. I only installed Elite Dangerous and Odyssey. If you want Horizons, you gotta do a different install. So even though that's a great idea, I couldn't do that. For the future reference, if you get stuck and you can't get out to your ship in time, you can... Yeah, I know, but I did not install Horizons. Right? And I just went Ivy Cobra. Great. That's just fantastic. That's okay, because we are in this system. I will pick up batteries for the suit. Okay, so what am I doing now? You saw as a brand new player of what not to do when you are exploring. You should have picked up some batteries, right? You should have picked up some batteries from a station, and they don't cost much. I could have done that when we're outfitting, right? Or suits. I didn't do that, but I'll show you that next time. We can always come back to this planet, right? We're still in the 9M system, so we have 3C and 3F that's going to give us 10 scams. I don't know if I get to keep them, but I think if I died, I don't get to keep them, right? They clear out my any scans. I don't know. Saki, do they clear out the scans? I think they do, right? No, Horizons is not installed, Olsey, man. Horizons is not. You have to actually install it, because it's a legacy product. Only Elite Dangerous and you actually have to install it separately, I believe. In this screen, in manage screen, versions, you see versions. So I only install what they gave me. So if you want to do Horizons, you have to actually install it also. They also have a legacy one that you can do. You can be offline and do that. But that was something that you should not do. Always go out prepared. And I didn't go out prepared. I was retarded. I had 5%. Why did I scan that plan? I still had 5% left. I could have made the ship with the 5%. Who knows? what I'm thinking. But if they did not wipe my data, which I think they already did, I can go back to the planet and still scan. Okay. But I think they wiped out my data, right? So I have to do it all over again. Odyssey is the one you can toggle on and off. Okay. All right. It's okay. It's okay. So let's do that. Before we continue, we're gonna go to a station, pick up some supplies, so we can be better prepared for this kind of crap. Yeah, I may be mistaken. I haven't played Horizon in a long time, so all I play is Odyssey, so I don't really know what they did. I don't know the changes they made. So I don't know if you can toggle in between those two. I haven't played Horizons in a long time. I think before Odyssey came out. But you're probably right. But we can always find out, right? So let's see. I'd have to actually toggle to the versions, see what versions I have available. But I'll let you guys know next time. I'll play around with the settings and see if I can toggle between Horizons. I want to be honest, I've only been playing Odyssey, right? So everything I do is Odyssey. You might be right, Saki. I think you probably are right that you can toggle between Horizons and Odyssey. I don't know. But this is a good learning experience for if you're a brand new player. You need to go prepared on the planet. And so this is the first time I actually died doing exobiology. I suffocated to death. And I thought it would be low risk. It is low risk, normally. But I probably, all my data's gone. So once you die, you do lose. If you have bounties for bounty hunting, normal bounties, local faction bounties, you're going to lose those. War bonds, you do not. Exobiology, you do. Any kind of scanning, you do. So if you die, you get wiped out. You get cleaned out. You have to start over. Okay, but that's okay. Okay, so I'm on the planet. I'm still on the planet, right? Let's see if cannot disembark. Ship is in motion. Is it in motion? Oh yeah, it is in motion. Okay, so let's see where we are. We're in this stupid thing here. Look at the ships. These two guys are right over my head. So let's go to a station and pick up some batteries just in case. Yeah, I thank you for that, Saki. I appreciate your help. So let's find a station and get us some supplies. We have enough to get a ton of supplies, right? And so we should get some supplies, and so this way we don't do what just happened. I just started playing this let's go to Kristen Beacon. This is a bigger location. I just started playing this account, and I'm doing it specifically to help out new players. So I'm kind of like, usually I have I have everything I need on an account. Usually. So I'm always full of supplies. And I did take some physical damage, and I just realized, hey, I don't have a med pack. And I just remember, I don't have med pack and I don't have batteries. And I launched myself into the damn crevice there, and okay, no biggie. Because the system does have 10 biologicals, that's going to give us some money. Only problem is now if we scam again, that means we might not get full amount for them. I'm not exactly sure, but let's see. We'll see, right? This is the 3Fs. This is the 3F one. This one has 4. This one has 4 on the surface. Gravity well. This ship is way too fast. I'm used to flying big haulers. Not used to flying this ship anymore. No big deal, Saki. It's a learning experience. So if you're watching this, don't do that. Go prepared to a planet. Go prepared. That means have the things that you need in case of emergency, like battery packs. That'll be important, right? And it doesn't cost much to buy them. You'll see what I mean when we land. It's a learning experience, right? This is for brand new players to learn what to do and not to do. And I make more mistakes than I actually do things right. So I say if you make mistakes, you learn from the mistakes. When I log off Saki, I'm gonna see if I can switch to Horizon. You're probably right, because Elite Dangerous, the game, is a Horizon game, and Odyssey is the DLC, right? So I think you're right. I think I could have switched out to Horizon. But that's okay. It's okay. That's the first time I ever died. In 7 years, since I started this, that's the first time I actually died doing exobiology. That's awesome. Okay, so on a station, I want to disembark and go next to the bar and go to what's it called? Well, we'll see now. I'm picking away at a T3 LCLS at the moment. Yeah, they're pretty hard to do, man. They're pretty hard. By yourself, if you're soloing it, it's very hard. It'll take you weeks. Okay. Now it's good to hit up these settlements. So wherever you go, it's good to stop. Take a look at what's inside, because sometimes you can pick up an upgraded weapon or an upgraded suit and you can buy it for credits. So at Pioneer Supplies, I can get all my consumables. So I'm looking for consumables. And there's my battery pack. That's what I want. So I'm gonna actually get 1,000. Get 100 of them, right? Okay, confirm. Medkits. Right? I'm gonna get fully everything I need. I'm gonna get everything else too, like shield disruptor, frag disruptors, grenades. Right? Just get everything I need. One thing that they don't have is e-breaches, which is my favorite item. E-breach is my favorite because you can break into anything with an E-breach. Only thing that they're illegal, so if they scan you, they're gonna shoot you because you're using an illegal item. But right here, you can't buy it because they don't sell it, right? It's unavailable here. Okay, so what else does she have? Let's look at the stock. So she has 6 weapons. What weapons do you have, darling? And look at that. A Karma AR-50. So they do have a level 3 Karma AR-50. What else do they got? So we're going to buy this. Okay. And any suits? No, that's it. So we're going to make that... It's a level 3, so that's better than the level 1. So let's fix that. In the loadouts, right? So Explorer. We're going to change it out for the Karma. Maverick suit, we're going to change it out for the Karma. It's a level 3, so it'll do more damage. Alright, so we're finished. Okay, I'm at 20% battery. Why am I at 20% battery? Okay, that's... Why am I 20% battery? Okay, let's go to our ship. I should be fully charged since I was in ship. What is that? Another way, if you're close to the ship and you're actually flying around, that little blue field recharges your suit. So this little blue field, if you get into it, boom, there it is. I'm recharging my suit. Right? All right. Now for if I press E, I'm board the ship. Okay. And for inventory storage, okay, my suit has everything I need, right? Energy cells, there's 3 of them. And I have this that I'm going to take with me to the planet. Okay? When I get off out of my ship. So, since I think we've actually... you know what? Let's see if we actually have the data. Or my data has been wiped. I'm 100% sure the data is wiped, but let's just see. Because we did scan 5 of them. There was only the Tsusuk left. So let's see if it's there. I'm sure it's not. But let's see. I didn't actually die. I was incapacitated, it said. So who knows? Maybe these guys are nicer now. But we're gonna go to Vista Genomics and let's see. Empty. Yeah. Since I died, I lost all my data, so I have to do it all over again, right? That's okay. We'll do it on our next video. We'll stop here because in this system we have 10 of them, and then we'll do it on our next video next time. But if I stayed close to the ship, basically I would have just been able to, even if I had no batteries, I just would have gone to this blue field and it would charge my suit. So even if I had no batteries, I can do that. I can use that. Okay, so we're gonna stop here. Okay, we outfitted our ship. We did some exploration, right? We're looking for Earth-like worlds. Again, spansh.co.uk, spansh.co.uk. You can find some route planners, and I used Earth-like worlds from Frey. So I was going to HIP 114458. I found this system, which is called the Neiman system. And Planet 3C and 3F have lots and lots of biological data I can scan. So I want to do that to get money. This time around, I'm not going to turn in my, let's see. It wiped away my universal cartography too, for sure. If you die, all this is gone. Oh, I still got some. That's amazing. Okay. Anyway, I can sell my biological data at the Vista Genomics. So I'm going to try to do a lot of it, maybe 20, 30 scans. So I can get a lot, maybe 100 million, maybe 200 million. And this way, I'll buy the T8, outfit it, and we will do the community goal. And I think I'm going to do that maybe even tonight, but I'm running short for time. Like Saki, I actually did not a Osceolus, I did a Coriolis, and I have about 3 days left before the thing expires. So I actually have to finish it within the next day or two, or I lose all the materials. So we'll see you next time, 07 Commanders. You saw what not to do, so make sure you have your battery packs ready to go next time. And if you don't, you can be close to the ship and recharge in that little blue zone. I will see you next time. Thanks for